Hello, critical thinkers. What we saw yesterday with the grand jury indictments being unsealed in the Robert Brooks murder, we saw what I call is the epitome of evil. This is a scene straight out of Dante's Inferno, the seventh circle of hell. I'm going to tell you why yesterday was an utter display of a kangaroo court at its finest. Here's why. What we saw yesterday with the 9 individuals who were indicted was an extremely low bail. 5 out of 9 were charged with second-degree murder, and their bail was 100,000, which means they only put up probably 10% of that through a bail bondsman. Second-degree murder caught on camera for the world to see, $100,000 bail. That's absolutely disgusting. Another thing that's important to note is that if you watch the proceedings yesterday, every defendant, mostly every defendant, had a bail bondsman on hand to cover their bail. Everything was orchestrated, everything was designed prior to the actual indictments being unsealed yesterday. When these bail amounts came out, there was no objections from the special prosecutor, William Fitzpatrick. He was okay with it. Everything was business as usual. In fact, in yesterday's proceeding, there was a public defender there who represented a couple of the defendants who was there smiling and laughing. This was no big deal for them. I'm going to play clip 1 for you. This is Bill Fitzpatrick speaking after the indictments. The press conference itself, hearing Bill Fitzpatrick's comments, really frustrated me, really angered me, and here's why. Here's clip number 1, and this is Bill Fitzpatrick speaking about what people saw on video.
Our investigation further revealed that there was no provocation by Robert Brooks that would have precipitated any physical response whatsoever, never mind the physical response that was inflicted upon him. I think any sentient human being looking at the tapes naturally comes to the conclusion that he must have said something. He must have spit at the officers. He must have resisted in some way. And the fact of the matter is, he did absolutely nothing.
Bill Fitzpatrick said any sentient human being would have come to the conclusion that Robert Brooks did something to the officers, whether it be he spat upon them or got into some kind of altercation. That was not the case. This is one thing that I do take strong offense with. Maybe in your world, with your sentient human beings, they would think because they saw an inmate getting beaten that the individual did something to precipitate that, to justify that. But in my world, that is not the case. What I saw was correction officers violently beating and murdering a man right there in 4D. Here we have clip number 2, and in clip number 2, Bill Fitzpatrick is speaking about a 10th individual who will be indicted.
One additional defendant has been indicted for murder in the second degree, and he was unavailable to surrender himself. We do not believe he's a flight risk. He will be arraigned in the very, very near future.
One of the biggest insults is to say this individual wasn't available to turn themselves in. We know for a fact that it was you or I, the regular Joe Schmo, that we would not be afforded that opportunity to turn ourselves in. There would be a task force coming to our homes, knocking down the door, or coming to whatever vacation spot we're at. So the fact that this person was afforded the opportunity not to come in, they were not available to come in for a murder indictment. This is the epitome of a kangaroo court. If you found value in this video, please like the video, share the video, and if you feel that I've earned it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My goal is to give you honest and direct feedback and go deeper than what the mainstream media is telling you. Take care. God bless. See you next time.